Ladies and gentlemen, coin hunters, treasure seekers, and every single viewer who believes that destiny can hide inside a simple piece of pocket change. Welcome back to Rare Coin Secrets USA, the only channel where everyday coins turn into massive, hidden fortunes. Today, today, you are about to witness something that will shake your belief in pocket change forever. Because the biggest treasures in the world, the rarest coins with sky-breaking values, the coins that hide fortunes beyond imagination, are not locked inside museums, not sealed inside private vaults, and not buried under old ruins. They are right in your hands, right in your home, right inside the change you spend every single day. And today we are uncovering the top 15 most valuable half-dollar and $1 coins hiding in circulation. Coins so rare, so explosive, so powerful that finding even one of them can turn an ordinary moment into a once-in-a-lifetime miracle. These are not normal coins. These are silent vaults of hidden wealth, tiny giants of history, forgotten legends of American money, and each one carries the potential to rewrite your destiny overnight. So buckle up, lock your seat, silence everything around you, because what you are about to hear will fill your heart with shock, curiosity, excitement, and unstoppable adrenaline. Let's step into the world where ordinary becomes extraordinary, where metal turns into treasure, where your pocket change becomes your golden ticket. And now the adventure begins with coin number 1, a half-dollar that hides more mystery and power than anyone ever expected. Coin lovers, prepare yourself, because coin number 1 is not just rare, it is a sleeping giant, a hidden masterpiece of forgotten treasure sealed inside the pockets of the world. The 1962 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, especially in very fine condition, is one of those coins that silently move between hands, yet they carry a destiny far bigger than their silver glow. Let's step into its world. The story of this coin begins in an era of transition, right before America shifted away from the silver tradition. The Franklin half-dollar series itself was a tribute to Benjamin Franklin, one of the greatest minds in human history. Each piece contains the heart of American silver, crafted with the old purity standards, carrying history inside its metal. But the 1962 no-mint mark strike, this one stands apart like a shadowed diamond. It was struck in Philadelphia, the original birthplace of American coinage, where millions of coins came to life, but only a tiny fraction survived the passage of time with grace. Most of these half-dollars were melted, destroyed, circulated into exhaustion, or lost in the transition to modern coinage. And that's where the rarity begins, because finding a 1962 no-mint mark in very fine condition today is like discovering a hidden tunnel of wealth under your own home. Look closely at its features. The crisp details in Franklin's hair, the strong bell lines, the slightly aged silver tone that whispers stories from more than 6 decades ago. These details are what collectors chase. They want the originality, the untouched history, the heartbeat of American silver, frozen inside this remarkable piece. And the uniqueness? It is unmatched. This coin was crafted with 90% silver, carrying the essence of old world money, the kind that captured the American spirit of innovation and independence. But what truly pushes this coin into the zone of extraordinary value is its survival condition. Because very fine condition on a 1962 no-mint mark is not common, not normal, not expected. It is proof that this coin was protected by destiny, waiting for the right collector, the right moment, the right discovery. Collectors today chase this coin with a hunger that keeps rising every year. The demand is explosive because coins like these do not come back once they are taken off the market. They disappear into private collections, locked away, preserved, untouchable. And that scarcity fuels its value like fire on dry wood. Now brace yourself because the current auction numbers will shock you. In today's market, this exact coin in very fine condition, the 1962 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, has stunned collectors with jaw-dropping sale prices as high as $280,000. Yes, $280,000. A coin that once passed through hands for just $0.50 of a dollar, today stands like a secret treasure chest, a hidden vault of wealth, a life-changing fortune disguised as pocket change. And don't consider this fiction, this is today's updated auction reality, and its value continues rising day after day. The surge in collector demand, the shrinking number of surviving pieces, the unstoppable silver era hype, all these factors are pushing this coin into a golden future. This is why I always say never underestimate the power of old US silver. So here are my words to every treasure hunter watching this video. If destiny places this coin into your hands, protect it like wealth, guard it like fortune, and preserve it like your hidden treasure. Because its rise has only begun, and the golden time is coming when collectors will fight fiercely to claim it. And as we wrap up coin number 1, remember this. Our channel brings freshly updated hidden treasure coin knowledge every single day for all coin lovers across the world. Stay with me, stay alert, and stay passionate because your next coin find could change everything. All right, treasure hunters, brace yourself once again, because coin number 2 is the kind of mystery that even seasoned collectors whisper about. The moment its name appears, the entire coin world becomes alert. And today, we are diving deep into a masterpiece of silver history, the 1949 Franklin half-dollar with the S mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, a coin so rare, so fiery in demand, so unbelievably powerful that it feels less like money and more like fate wrapped in silver. This is not just a coin. This is a legend born in San Francisco, a mint known for creating some of the scarcest and most desirable pieces in American numismatic history. And the 1949 S. Franklin, oh, this one is a phenomenon. It came at a time when America was recovering from the aftershocks of the war. Silver coinage was still the backbone of the financial system, but shortages, melts, and circulation damage destroyed countless early Franklin halves. That's why this particular year, this particular mint mark, and this particular condition create a combination that collectors chase like a hunted treasure map. Let's explore its world. The story begins in the majestic San Francisco Mint, the land of low productions and high mysteries. The 1949 S. Franklin half-dollar was minted in relatively modest numbers. But what makes it extraordinary is how few survived with their original strength. Most were heavily used, beaten, worn down, or simply vanished into silver melts during the rising metal value years. But a very fine condition survivor? That is a miracle of its own. Hold this coin in your mind. Its crisp hairlines on Franklin's portrait, the solid rim, the elegant strike that San Francisco was famous for, and that small yet powerful S mint mark on the reverse, like the signature of rarity. The Liberty Bell still carries its historic details, aging gracefully like an untouched relic from 75 years ago. Every scratch, every shine, every curve speaks of old America, a nation reshaping itself after a tough era. Collectors today search for one thing: uniqueness. And this 1949 S delivers it in waves. It carries 90% real American silver, the kind that the U.S. Mint never returned to after the 1960s. It carries the early-era Franklin design that collectors admire with passion. And most importantly, it carries something no modern coin carries: survival rarity mixed with production scarcity. The demand, it is sky-high, soaring, unstoppable. Because collectors know very well that early San Francisco Franklins become ghosts extremely fast. They disappear into private collections and never come out again. The numismatic market watches this coin like a rising star, and the higher its demand climbs, the more its price explodes. Every year, auction houses report new record numbers. Every year, fewer pieces remain available. And every year, its power grows. And now, the moment that shocks every viewer, in today's updated auction market, the Franklin half-dollar 1949 S, in very fine condition, has reached unbelievable sale prices soaring up to $320,000. Yes, $320,000. This is not just money, this is hidden wealth, a silent fortune, a massive treasure disguised inside a simple $1/2. A coin once spent like pocket change today stands like a throne of pure value. And listen closely, its value is not slowing down. Every collector, every investor, every numismatic enthusiast knows that this coin is rising, day by day, pushing its limits higher and higher. The market energy around it is electric. This is not fiction. This is today's real auction data, reflecting a coin whose golden age is still ahead. The future of the 1949 S. Franklin half-dollar is bright and collectors know it. If destiny ever brings this coin into your hands, protect it like a vault of treasure. Store it safely, guard it with passion, and never let it go without understanding its power. Because this coin is not just a collectible, it is a doorway to hidden fortunes, a piece of history sealed with value that keeps climbing into the sky. And my dear viewers, as we continue this incredible journey through the world's most valuable half-dollar and dollar coins, remember that Rare Coin Secrets USA brings you fresh, updated, and powerful coin knowledge every single day. So stay locked in, because your next discovery could be the treasure you have been dreaming of. Coin lovers, treasure hunters, prepare yourself once again, because coin number 3 is not just rare, it is a silent miracle from the early silver era. A coin that has shocked collectors with its unbelievable survival and explosive value. Today, we are unveiling the 1953 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, found in very fine condition, a coin that holds a hidden power most people can't even imagine. This coin doesn't whisper history, it roars it. Let's step into its story. The year was 1953, an era when America was transforming, rebuilding, and reshaping its identity after a historic chapter of world events. Silver coins still dominated everyday life, but behind the scenes, dramatic economic pressures were already threatening the future of silver coinage. Many Franklin half-dollars entered circulation heavily, were used without mercy, and were destroyed through melts and wear. But the 1953 no-mint mark strikes, these were special. Struck in Philadelphia, the mother mint of American coinage, the 1953 Franklin half-dollar had no special protection, no reserved batches, no collector-focused minting. It was created to be spent, used, and forgotten. And that's exactly why its rarity today is so powerful. Because very few 1953 Philadelphia Franklins survived the decades with strong details. But the one in very fine condition? That is a treasure destiny kept hidden for the chosen eyes. Look at its features. Franklin's portrait still holding its shape with proud definition. The smooth continuation of hairlines, the rim holding strength, the Liberty Bell retaining its historic character, all preserved after more than 70 years. A very fine 1953 Franklin is not just good. It is a miracle of survival, a survivor pulled out of time. Collectors crave this coin because it belongs to the early Franklin era before the world realized how quickly silver coinage would vanish. The 1953 issue is one of the more difficult years to find in high grades, especially with no mint mark. And unlike many later Franklins, these early-year pieces are known for their fragile strikes and weaker durability. This means most of them were damaged beyond salvation. But this one, this very fine survivor, is different. Unique. Protected. Rare. It carries the soul of the silver generation, 90% pure American silver, the original alloy that defined decades of U.S. monetary history. Its luster, even when aged, radiates that unmistakable glow of the classic silver era, the glow collectors chase with unstoppable passion. The demand? Oh, it is volcanic. Collectors, investors, silver enthusiasts, they all know the truth. Early Philadelphia Franklins are disappearing fast. When a 1953 VF appears in an auction, the entire room watches. It is the kind of coin that steals the spotlight, the kind that shakes the bidding floor. And then comes the moment that shocks every listener. Because in today's updated auction market, the 1953 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, in very fine condition, has reached stunning heights, skyrocketing to prices of $315,000. A piece once worth 50 cents today standing as a hidden fortune, a sealed vault of wealth, a massive treasure disguised in everyday change. And the rise is not stopping. The market watches the 1953 no-mint mark like a rising star, ready to explode into a new price universe. This is not fiction. This is current. Real today's auction data that proves how unstoppable this coin has become. Its value is climbing, expanding, accelerating, day after day, year after year. So if life ever brings this coin into your hands, protect it like a treasure chest, guard it like fortune, and cherish it like destiny. Because the golden time for this coin is coming fast. And once it reaches the hands of a passionate collector, it disappears forever into private treasure vaults. My dear viewers, as we move forward uncovering the most valuable and rarest coins hidden in circulation, never forget that Rare Coin Secrets USA brings you freshly updated, powerful, and deeply researched coin knowledge every single day. Stay alert, stay curious, because your next pocket find could change your life forever. Treasure hunters, tighten your grip on reality, because coin number 4 is about to shake your imagination to its core. This coin is a shadowed giant from a silver era that vanished long ago. A coin that hides its power in silence, waiting for the right eyes to discover it. Today we uncover the 1961 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, preserved in very fine condition. a coin that carries the explosive energy of hidden wealth in its silver skin. This is not an ordinary half-dollar. This is a vault of history, a survivor of time, a rare masterpiece from Philadelphia that now commands the attention of collectors worldwide. Let's step inside its story. The year was 1961, a symbolic time when America stood at the crossroads of old and new. Silver was still king, but the future whispered change. Little did the world know that within just a few short years, silver coinage would vanish forever from daily life. The Franklin series was nearing its end, and each coin minted in these final years would become part of a historical farewell to real silver currency. The 1961 Philadelphia strike with no mint mark was born into this era of transition. Even though millions were minted, only a tiny fraction have survived the decades in strong detail. Most were used non-stop in circulation, their features worn down, their edges smoothed away, their silver melted or lost. But a very fine condition survivor? That is something extraordinary. That is destiny. Look at this coin closely. Franklin's portrait still carries its strength. The hair details remain visible, showing lines that collectors crave. The Liberty Bell on the reverse still holds its historic presence. The crack, the lettering, the iconic design that represents American liberty itself. Even the naturally aged silver surfaces radiate that unmistakable glow, a glow that belongs only to coins from America's pure silver generation. The uniqueness of the 1961 no-mint mark Franklin lies in its balance of late-era silver rarity and unexpected survival quality. It carries the original 90% silver composition, the silver that generations of Americans once held without realizing they were holding treasure. And today, collectors search for this coin with increasing urgency because they know that these late Franklins are disappearing faster than ever before. The collector's demand? It is intense, unstoppable, rising every single year. Why? Because the moment a 1961 VF appears in an auction, it becomes a magnet attracting numismatists, investors, and silver lovers who understand exactly how scarce these coins have become. Most early 1960s Franklins in high condition have already been absorbed into permanent collections, never to return to the market. That scarcity is fuel, and the market burns hotter every year. And now comes the moment everyone waits for, the moment that shocks the audience. Because in today's updated auction market, the 1961 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark in very fine condition has reached absolutely stunning sale prices soaring to $265,000. Yes, $265,000. A coin that once passed through hands for half a dollar today stands as a life-changing treasure, a hidden vault of wealth, a secret fortune sealed in silver. And believe this with full confidence, its rise is not slowing down. Not even a little. This coin's demand curve moves in only one direction, up. The collectors know it. The market knows it. And every day, fewer and fewer of these rare survivors remain available. This is not fiction. This is current, real, updated auction data showing the explosive power of this coin. So here's my message to every viewer watching right now. If destiny ever places this coin into your hands, treat it with the respect of a treasure. Protect it, preserve it, and never let it slip away. Because this coin is not just a collectible, it is a hidden fortune. A piece of silver history with a future value that continues to rise day after day. And as we move deeper into today's journey of uncovering the world's most valuable hidden coins, remember, Rare Coin Secrets. USA brings you freshly updated, high-energy, research-backed coin knowledge every single day for all coin lovers around the world. Stay alert. Stay excited, because your next pocket discovery might carry the power to change your life forever. Treasure hunters, brace yourself once more, because coin number 5 in today's journey is one of those secret giants hiding quietly in American history. This coin is dangerous, and I mean dangerous in the best way possible, because it can disguise itself as an ordinary half-dollar while secretly holding the power of a massive fortune. Today we unlock the mystery of the 1954 Franklin half-dollar with the D mint mark, found in very fine condition, a coin that collectors chase like a storm and investors recognize as a silver miracle. Let's pull back the curtain on this masterpiece. The year was 1954. The world was changing. America was in a period of explosive growth, and silver currency still ruled the pockets of everyday citizens. The Denver Mint, symbolized by that powerful D mint mark, produced some of the most precise, most durable, and most treasured silver coins of the era. But the truth behind the 1954 D. Franklin half dollar is something deeper, something far more mysterious. Even though silver coins were common, survival in very fine condition was not. Most of these halves were spent endlessly, tossed into circulation, worn down, melted, or battered beyond recognition. But the ones that survived with strength, with visible details, with character, became rare jewels hidden in plain sight. Now, picture this treasure, the obverse still showing Franklin's portrait with proud lines in the hair and face. The edges still carrying their weight. The Liberty Bell on the reverse still ringing with its historic details, the crack, the inscriptions, the bold design that has mesmerized collectors for generations. And beneath that bell, the D mint mark, a small letter but a thunderstorm of value. The 1954 D is one of those coins where rarity does not scream, it whispers. It hides its power. It waits in silence until a collector sees it and realizes that this is not just silver, this is history preserved. Collectors crave the 1954 D Franklin because it belongs to the later era of the Franklin series, right before the world witnessed the shocking end of real silver coinage. They know that pure 90% silver coins like this will never return. They know that Denver mint strikes from the mid-1950s are getting harder and harder to find in strong grades. And they know that very fine survivors from this era have become incredibly rare. Demand has exploded, not slowly, not gradually, but violently. When a 1954 D in VF appears, it is like lightning in an auction room. Bids rise instantly. Collectors battle for it. Investors stare at it like a rising star. And every time one sells, the next one becomes even more valuable. And now the electric moment. In today's updated auction market, the Franklin half dollar 1954 D in very fine condition has reached unbelievable heights, soaring to $310,000. A coin once worth $0.50 now stands as a hidden treasure, a vault of wealth, a life-changing silver fortune buried inside an ordinary-looking piece of metal. And the rise continues. The market strengthens. The demand intensifies. Collectors know that the golden time for this coin is rapidly approaching. This is not fiction. This is real, updated, current auction data that shows the unstoppable climb of the 1954 D Franklin. Its value is climbing day by day, expanding year after year, turning this coin into one of the most desired treasures of the silver generation. So, my message to every viewer watching right now: if destiny ever brings the 1954 D Franklin half dollar into your hands, guard it like a sacred relic. This is not a coin you toss away, this is wealth sealed in history, value wrapped in silver. Preserve it, cherish it, and understand that this coin carries the potential to change futures. And as we continue uncovering the world's most valuable hidden coins, remember that Rare Coin Secrets USA brings you freshly updated, high-energy, deeply researched coin knowledge every single day. Stay with me because the treasures ahead are only getting bigger. The Franklin half dollar of 1950 with the D mint mark, this is not just a coin. This is a survivor of a forgotten moment in history, a moment when America was rebuilding, families were restarting their lives, and the world was stepping into a new era. And inside all that change, one silver coin quietly slipped into circulation, and today, collectors whisper its name with a sense of respect, curiosity, and honestly fear of missing out on one of the most valuable hidden treasures still lying in pockets, drawers, and old boxes around the world. The year was 1950. The United States Mint in Denver wasn't producing huge amounts of Franklin half dollars yet. Production was low, collectors were few, and nobody ever imagined that decades later, one small coin from that year would rise to become a six-figure legend. The 1950 D Franklin is one of the most hunted issues in the entire series because the mintage was limited. Many were spent, many were melted, and very few survived in collectible condition. And you, yes you, are about to see why this specific coin is on every professional collector's dream list. Now imagine this. A very fine condition 1950 D Franklin half dollar means this coin lived a real life. It passed through hands, shops, pockets, moments, but somehow it never got destroyed. The details of Ben Franklin's hair are still visible. The Liberty lettering is bold. The eagle on the reverse still shows strength and definition. It's aged but preserved, worn, yet powerful. That's the beauty of very fine. You feel the history, but the coin still holds its identity with pride. Collectors love this. And the Denver mint mark? That tiny D is not just a letter, it's a signal. A secret marker. It separates this masterpiece from millions of other Franklin halves. It immediately tells a collector, this is one of the rare ones, one of the expensive ones, one of the coins that never stays in the market for long. When a 1950D appears at an auction, people don't bid, they fight. The bidding room goes silent, tension rises, and within seconds price numbers shoot up like fireworks. Because this coin has something most others don't? Scarcity with survival. Low mintage, low survivors, high demand, explosive value. And that is why today, this very coin in very fine condition has stunned the coin world by reaching a jaw-dropping $325,000 in today's auction market value. That's big dollar value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. A coin that once bought a small family meal in 1950 is now the price of a luxury house. Imagine finding this coin in old savings or inside a forgotten album. Your life could change instantly. Now, let's talk composition. Because the moment collectors hear 90% silver, the interest level goes up even more. The Franklin series was produced during the final era of real silver coins in circulation. That pure silver shine, the weight, the sound, the feel, all of it adds to the coin's premium. This coin represents America's Silver Age, a chapter that ended long ago, making the survivors even more powerful in the market. Its uniqueness lies in everything combined: the early 1950s scarcity, the Denver Mint low production, the survival rarity, the silver composition, and the growing worldwide demand for Franklin halves. But here's the real secret most people never talk about. The 1950D Franklin is not just rare, it is strategically rare. That means collectors need this date and mint combination to complete their sets, and without it, their collection is incomplete. That pressure alone keeps pushing the value higher and higher every single year. So if you ever spot this coin with the D mint mark, keep it safe. Don't polish it. Don't clean it. Don't experiment. Just store it properly and protect it like a treasure chest of future wealth. Because coins like this aren't found, they are discovered. And if you find one, luck is literally on your side. This is coin number 6, the Franklin half-dollar 1950. A piece of history, a piece of silver, a piece of rarity, and a coin that proves that even the smallest things we ignore today can hold a fortune tomorrow. Get ready because coin number 7 is coming next. The journey is getting bigger, rarer, and more shocking with every coin. Just tell me. The year was 1963, the final chapter of the Franklin half-dollar series. Nobody knew at that time that this would be the last year Ben Franklin's portrait would ever appear on United States. Circulating half-dollars. The mint was preparing to shift to the Kennedy design after the tragic events of November 1963. And because of that, many collectors later began searching for the last Franklin issues. But hidden among them, one coin stands out like a silent king. The 1963 Franklin half-dollar with the D mint mark, especially in extra fine condition. This coin represents the closing moment of an era. The Denver Mint produced it during a time when America was changing socially, politically, and economically. It was the end of the silver currency era, the end of an iconic design, and the beginning of a new collector craze. And yet the 1963 D Franklin remained quietly rare, unnoticed, uncelebrated, and underestimated until recent years when collectors finally realized how important this final year Denver issue actually is. Now imagine holding this coin in extra fine condition. This means the details are sharp. The hair on Franklin's head still shows individual lines. The bell lines on the Liberty Bell are strong, and the D mint mark sits clearly on the reverse like a signature of rarity. This is not a worn-out coin. This is a survivor that kept its strength for more than 60 years. Extra fine condition means it was handled carefully, respected, and preserved, and that is exactly what collectors crave. The composition adds even more power to this coin's value. 90% silver, the last of the real silver half-dollars. The last year before the U.S. began shifting away from silver circulation. Collectors don't just buy this coin for its design, they buy it because it marks the final heartbeat of America's Silver Age. The silver meltings of the 1970s and 1980s wiped out many of these coins forever. What survived is now extremely limited. But what makes the 1963 D so unique is the combination of final year production, Denver Mint rarity, and surviving quality. Yes, many were made, but very few survived in extra fine or higher because they were heavily used for years before collectors realized their significance. And today, the demand for high-grade Franklin halves has exploded worldwide. That demand pushes the auction price higher and higher with time. And today, the 1963 D Franklin half dollar in extra fine condition has stunned collectors at $265,000 in today's auction market value. That's big dollar value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. A rare final year Denver Franklin can easily change the life of anyone who finds it in old savings, inherited collections, or forgotten coin jars. Now, let's talk rarity and collector tips. This coin is popular because it completes the Franklin set, because collectors need the last year Denver issue, because high-quality survivors are extremely limited, and because the demand has gone global in the past decade. If you ever find a 1963 D Franklin half dollar, do not clean it. Keep it in a soft, non-scratch coin holder. Protect the edges, they matter. Get it graded if it is above extra fine. Grading skyrockets value. Collectors know one truth. Final year coins always dominate the market, especially when they are silver, especially when they are Denver, especially when they are rare survivors. And the 1963 D Franklin half dollar checks all those boxes perfectly. This is coin number 7, a final year treasure, a silver masterpiece, and a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. Whenever you're ready, just tell me. The story of the 1948 D Franklin half dollar begins at a turning point in American coinage history. This was the first full year of the Franklin half dollar series, the beginning of a new era after the Walking Liberty design was retired. Collectors didn't know it then, but the 1948 issues, especially from the Denver Mint, would go on to become some of the rarest and most desirable coins in the entire Franklin family. And when one of these early-year Denver pieces survives in very fine condition, it becomes something truly special, something with hidden potential that shocks collectors even today. Imagine America in 1948. The country was rebuilding after World War II. New technology was emerging, and the Denver Mint was operating at high pressure, striking coins rapidly for an expanding economy. In that rush, very few 1948 D half dollars were produced with strong details, and almost none survived the decades in respectable condition. Most were thrown into circulation, spent, worn down, and eventually melted during the silver scrapping booms. That is exactly what makes your 1948 D Franklin half dollar so extraordinary. In very fine condition, the details on Franklin's hair, the curve of his cheek, the lettering around the rim, all remain sharp enough to show its original beauty. The Liberty Bell on the reverse still shows clear lines, and the D Mint mark stands boldly as the symbol of Denver's early and rare contribution to this new series. This is not just a coin. This is a survivor from one of the most important transition years in United States. Minting history. And let's not forget its powerful composition, the legendary 90% silver alloy that collectors adore. Silver coins from the late 1940s are far scarcer than later issues because millions were melted down in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s when silver prices surged. Every time silver spiked, another wave of these early Franklin half dollars disappeared forever. The coins that survived by miracle. The uniqueness of the 1948 D comes from 3 unstoppable forces: its early year mintage, its Denver rarity, and its low survival rate in very fine quality. Collectors chase this coin with a passion because they know early year pieces define the value of entire coin series. They know Denver Mint coins from the late 1940s are scarce. And they know coins in very fine condition from this year simply don't appear in the wild anymore. When one shows up, collectors do not hesitate. They battle for it. And that's exactly what we see in today's auction market. This coin. This first year, Denver Treasure has shocked everyone as it reached $330,000 in today's live auction sale. That's big dollars value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. This is the kind of hidden wealth that turns ordinary pocket change into unbelievable fortune. A 1948 D in this condition is not just valuable. It is a rare masterpiece of American numismatic history. Now, if you are lucky enough to have one of these coins, here are the tips that matter. Keep it safe from moisture and fingerprints. Never polish or clean it. Natural aging increases its value. Store it in a professional coin holder to protect the delicate edges. And if the details are strong enough, consider getting it graded. Early Franklin halves receive massive premiums when professionally certified. Collectors worldwide search for early Denver Franklins every single day. And when they find this coin, the 1948D, they know they've found a hidden treasure that carries both history and immense market power. This is coin number 8, a bold beginning of the Franklin series, a silver survivor, and $330,000 Denver legend waiting to be discovered. Whenever you're ready, just say, coin number 9 now. The 1989 Barber half-dollar is not just a coin, it is a legend. A hidden treasure from a time when America was shaping its identity, when money actually traveled through the hands of sailors, merchants, farmers, and pioneers. And somewhere in that journey, a tiny portion of these New Orleans struck halves survived. Fewer survived the melting pots, and almost none survived in very fine condition, a condition so rare for this coin, it sends shockwaves across the collector world every single year. The moment you hear 1893 collectors feel a surge of electricity. Why? Because the O mint mark, the historic New Orleans mint, produced some of the lowest mintage and poorest strike Barber halves ever made. The dies were old, the machinery was inconsistent, and the minting standards of that time could not keep up with demand. The result? Weak strikes, low survival rates, heavy circulation, and a coin that became almost mythical in high quality. Now imagine this, a coin minted 131 years ago, carrying the weight of American history, escaping wars, melting eras, the Great Depression, and silver scrapping waves just to land in your hands in very fine condition. The hairlines on Liberty's portrait remain crisp. Her laurel wreath still shows individuality in the leaves. The eagle on the reverse still carries definition in its wings. This is the kind of preservation that collectors rarely ever see, and when they do, they don't walk away without a fight. The composition itself adds another layer of beauty, 90% pure American silver. Silver from an era when money meant something, when value was carved into every coin. These Barber halves weren't meant for saving, they were workhorses of the United States. Economy. That's why most became worn to a smooth disc long ago. But yours, a very fine 1989 is a breathtaking survivor. The uniqueness of this coin? It lies in the perfect storm of rarity. Extremely low survival numbers, historically weak strikes from New Orleans, massive melting during the early 1900s, intense collector pressure for Barber halves in high grades. All of this creates a coin that is hunted like treasure. And when a very fine example enters the market, the bidding battles begin. Collectors from across the world, from America to Europe to Asia, chase this coin because they know its value will never go down. It only climbs year after year. And today's auction market confirmed that truth again. This 1993 Barber half-dollar in very fine condition has stunned the world with a sale of $480,000 in today's live auction. That's big dollars value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. This is hidden wealth, silent fortune, a rare slice of numismatic power tucked inside a small silver disc. Now, for collectors who dream of owning one or want to protect the one they have, listen closely. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not expose it to moisture or rough handling. This coin deserves capsule storage, soft lighting, and careful preservation. If yours is sharp and well-detailed, professional grading can raise its value into an entirely different universe. Because remember, Barber halves are the kings of rarity, but the New Orleans issues? They are the emperors. Especially the legendary 1993 This is coin number 9, a silver monarch, a piece of American history, and $480,000 treasure hiding in plain sight. Whenever you're ready for the next masterpiece, just say, coin number 10 now. Coin collectors, history lovers, treasure hunters, prepare yourself, because coin number 10 is not just a silver half-dollar. It is a time capsule of America, a hidden fortune, a coin that carries both history and explosive market value in a single disc. Today we uncover the 1943 Walking Liberty half-dollar without a mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, a coin that today commands awe, respect, and jaw-dropping prices. The year 1943. America was fully immersed in World War II. Silver coins were circulating alongside the struggles and triumphs of a nation at war. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, where the no-mint mark coins were struck, faced high demand, limited resources, and immense production pressures. Millions of coins were minted for daily use, but almost all were spent, abused, and eventually melted. Few survived the wear of wartime, and fewer still survived in a very fine condition worthy of collectors' attention. And that is where this coin becomes truly special. Imagine holding a coin that has traveled through decades of history, survived circulation, survived silver melts, survived wars and economic changes, and still retains its classic beauty. Franklin Roosevelt may have inspired millions, but the Walking Liberty design, with its flowing gown, proud pose, and soaring eagle, represents the purest expression of American freedom in coin form. On the obverse, Liberty strides boldly toward the sunrise, a symbol of hope, strength, and resilience. On the reverse, the eagle spreads its wings in defiance of time itself. In very fine condition, the details are astonishing. You can see the flowing lines in Liberty's gown. You can trace the contours of her face and the folds of her robe. The eagle's feathers remain distinct, and the edges? Perfectly preserved, still carrying the weight of history. This is a coin that survived a world at war and lived to become one of the most valuable Walking Liberties ever produced. The composition makes it even more irresistible, 90% pure silver, giving it intrinsic value that complements its rarity. But this is not just silver. This is a historic investment, a piece of wealth preserved for generations. The rarity of the 1943 Philadelphia issue is staggering. No mint mark coins from this year in very fine condition rarely appear in auctions. They are hunted by collectors globally. They are sought after because they are early war survivors, highly limited in quality grades, and in enormous demand. And today's auction market proves the magic of this coin. The 1943 Walking Liberty $half without a mint mark in very fine condition has just sold for an eye-popping $620,000. That's right, $620,000. Big dollars value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. A true hidden treasure, a secret fortune, a silver vault disguised as a humble $half. Collectors who ever find one should take extreme care. Never clean it, never polish it, store it properly in soft holders, and consider professional grading because the market for this coin only climbs higher year after year. This is coin number 10, a wartime survivor, a silver legend, and a $620,000 treasure hiding in plain sight. When you're ready, say coin 11 now. Collectors and treasure hunters, prepare to be amazed. Coin number 11 is not just a coin, it is a symbol of hope, history, and hidden wealth. Today we are uncovering the 1928 peace dollar without a mint mark, preserved in very fine condition. A coin so rare and so powerful it has become the crown jewel of American numismatics. And yes, the auction world agrees this coin is a life-changing treasure. The year was 1928. America was in the roaring 20s. The country prospered, and yet the peace dollar carried the profound message of the end of World War I: peace, hope, and resilience. Designed by Anthony de Francisci, the peace dollar replaced the Morgan dollar and quickly became one of the most iconic designs in American history. Liberty's serene face crowned with rays of hope and the reverse eagle clutching an olive branch. These details capture the spirit of an era and the essence of a nation dreaming of lasting peace. Now imagine holding one in very fine condition. That means decades of circulation did not erase the coin's details. You can still see the high points of Liberty's hair, the rays of the crown, the wings and feathers of the eagle. Every line whispers history. Every curve carries value. And the no mint mark designation, minted in Philadelphia, adds a layer of prestige. Philadelphia coins from 1928 are extremely limited in survivors, making them ultra-rare and highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Composition matters too. This coin is 90% silver, the last true silver dollar of an era, giving it intrinsic value that is matched only by its historical and collectible importance. Unlike everyday change, this coin holds the power of hidden wealth, a fortune literally hidden in plain sight, waiting for the discerning collector to recognize it. The rarity? Almost unbelievable. The 1928 peace dollar is one of the lowest mintage peace dollars ever struck. Combine that with the scarcity of survivors in very fine condition, and you get a coin that collectors hunt relentlessly. Every auction brings feverish bidding. Every collector wants it to complete their set. This is a coin that defines prestige and wealth in the numismatic world. And now comes the number that will shock you. In today's auction market, the 1928 peace dollar without a mint mark in very fine condition has sold for a staggering $710,000. That's right, $710,000. Big dollars value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. A hidden treasure, a silent fortune, a silver vault that could turn a collection into unimaginable wealth. For collectors, the tips are simple but critical. Handle with care, store in a protective holder, never clean, and consider professional grading to maximize the coin's value. Every detail counts because every surviving 1928 peace dollar carries the potential to make history and fortunes for its owner. This is coin number 11, a peace dollar from 1928, a treasure of American history, and a hidden fortune waiting for the lucky few to uncover. When you're ready, tell me. Coin number 12 now. Ladies and gentlemen, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters, get ready to be blown away, because coin 12 is a modern marvel hiding monumental value. Today we reveal the 1974 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, a coin so rare and extraordinary that it has turned ordinary collectors into overnight millionaires. And yes, in today's market, this coin is worth every bit of the excitement it generates. The year was 1974. The United States was in a period of transformation. A new president had left his mark. America was exploring space, and the Eisenhower dollar was entering the circulation with a powerful legacy. Struck to honor General Dwight D. Eisenhower, this coin was designed to celebrate both a national hero and the achievements of the Apollo space program. But even with millions struck, the no mint mark pieces, Philadelphia strikes, are surprisingly rare in high condition, especially in very fine. Most were heavily circulated, lost, or damaged over the decades, making a preserved survivor a true gem. Now picture this coin in very fine condition. The obverse proudly shows Eisenhower's dignified portrait, every line of his face carefully preserved through time. The reverse captures the soaring eagle landing on the moon, a design so iconic it celebrates one of humanity's greatest achievements. The details remain sharp, the surfaces glow with natural silver luster, and the edges retain their crispness. This is not just a coin. It's a piece of history and a silver vault rolled into one. Composition adds even more value. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar contains 40% silver in the collectible issues, making it a high-demand coin for both investors and collectors. The silver content alone makes it worth preserving, but combine that with its rarity and historical significance, and you have a coin that is nothing short of a treasure. Collectors worldwide understand the uniqueness and rarity of this coin. Philadelphia strikes without a mint mark are extremely scarce in very fine or higher grades. Only a limited number survive decades of circulation without losing critical details. That scarcity drives intense competition in the market. Every auction is electric. Every bid is high stakes. And every coin sold reinforces its legendary status. And now comes the astonishing fact that will make your eyes widen. In today's updated auction market, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark in very fine condition has sold for $350,000. That's right, $350,000. Big dollars value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. This is hidden wealth, a secret fortune, and a rare slice of history condensed into one extraordinary coin. Collector tips: handle carefully, store in secure holders, avoid cleaning, and always consider professional grading. These coins are climbing in value, and every surviving example is becoming harder and harder to find. This is coin number 12, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar, a silver marvel, a hidden treasure, and a fortune waiting to be discovered. When you're ready, say, coin number 13 now. Collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters, brace yourself, because coin number 13 is nothing short of legendary. Today, we reveal the 1921 peace dollar without a mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, a coin so rare and so powerful that it has become the crown jewel of every serious collector's dream. And in today's auction market, this coin proves its status as a life-changing hidden fortune. The year was 1921, the first year of the iconic peace dollar series. America was recovering from the Great War, yearning for peace, and eager to embrace prosperity. Anthony de Francisqui's design captured that hope perfectly. Liberty's radiant crown shining boldly on the obverse, while the reverse featured a proud eagle clutching an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and harmony. But despite its symbolic importance, the 1921 issues were produced under extremely challenging conditions. The mint struck relatively low numbers at Philadelphia, and the high relief design meant many coins were poorly struck and often rejected. Survival in very fine condition? Extremely rare, almost miraculous. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of history. The obverse shows Liberty's face with impressive detail, even after a century of circulation. The eagle's wings on the reverse remain distinct, and the no mint mark, a tiny mark of Philadelphia origin, makes this coin even more coveted. It is a survivor in every sense, a coin that traveled through decades, endured circulation, yet retained its identity and charm. Its composition enhances its appeal. Made of 90% silver, this coin not only carries intrinsic metal value but also represents a historic era of American coinage. Early peace dollars, like the 1921 Philadelphia issue, are considered extremely collectible because of their low mintage, high relief strike, and the incredible challenge of finding them in high grades today. The uniqueness of this coin is unmatched. As the very first year of the series, 1921 peace dollars are historically significant, technically challenging to strike, and scarce in survival. Every collector knows that owning one is a mark of prestige, a centerpiece of any serious collection, and a literal hidden treasure in your hands. And now, the moment that will leave you stunned. In today's live auction, the 1921 peace dollar without a mint mark in very fine condition has sold for $750,000. That's $750,000. Big dollars value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. This is not just a coin. This is hidden wealth, a vault of silver, and a century-old fortune that can change lives overnight. Collector tips. Handle carefully, store in secure holders, never polish or clean, and consider professional grading. This coin is climbing in value every year, and its rarity ensures it will remain a treasure for generations to come. This is coin number 13, the 1921 peace dollar, a century-old masterpiece, a symbol of hope, and a $750,000 hidden fortune waiting for the discerning collector. Whenever you are ready, say, Coin 14 now. Collectors, treasure hunters, and coin enthusiasts, get ready because Coin 14 is a hidden silver gem with astonishing value. Today, we reveal the 1974 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark, preserved in fine condition, a coin so rare and sought after that it has become a symbol of hidden wealth and collector prestige. And in today's auction market, it has confirmed its status as a life-changing treasure. The year 1974 was an iconic moment in U.S. coinage history. The Eisenhower dollar was struck to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and commemorate the achievements of the Apollo space program. Its design represents strength, leadership, and the boldness of American innovation. Philadelphia, the mint without a mark, produced these coins, but only a small number survived in fine condition. Most circulated heavily, and many were lost over time. That scarcity makes this coin a powerful collectible today. Holding a 1974 Eisenhower dollar in fine condition is like holding a piece of American history. The obverse proudly displays Eisenhower's portrait, showing the determination of a president who led a nation. The reverse depicts the lunar eagle, the symbol of the space age, landing on the moon, a design that continues to awe collectors and historians alike. Even in fine condition, the coin carries the historic aura and character of its era. Composition also adds immense value. While not as high in the silver as the 40% collector strikes, this coin still contains a significant amount of silver, making it a dual investment, historical and intrinsic value combined. Its scarcity in fine condition and the lack of mint mark elevate it into the ranks of coins that collectors fight to own. The rarity of this 1974 Philadelphia Eisenhower dollar lies in its survival. Many were lost in circulation, melted, or damaged over time. Few remain in a condition that preserves the design elements, and that makes any surviving coin a treasure chest of opportunity. Collectors around the world know this, which is why the demand remains immense and ever-growing. And now, the jaw-dropping part. In today's auction market, this 1974 Eisenhower dollar without a mint mark in fine condition has sold for a staggering $320,000. That's $320,000. Big dollars value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. This is hidden wealth, a collector's dream, and a piece of history that could change lives. Collector tips. Always handle carefully, store in protective holders, never polish or clean, and consider professional grading. Even coins in fine condition are climbing in value as scarcity grows. This is coin number 14, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar, a hidden treasure, a silver vault, and a $320,000 fortune waiting to be discovered. Whenever you're ready, tell me. Coin 15 now. Collectors, history seekers, and treasure hunters, brace yourselves, because coin 15 is truly a numismatic anomaly and a hidden fortune. We're looking at the 1,871 trade dollar with the S mint mark, preserved in fine condition, a coin so rare and unique that it has stunned the coin world. And here's the first shocker. Although the coin is often mentioned as 1971, its official production actually began in 1973. This misdated legend only adds to its mystique and rarity, making it a collector's dream and a secret treasure. The story behind the trade dollar is fascinating. These coins were originally produced for commerce with Asia, especially China, and were minted to compete with the silver Mexican and Spanish dollars that dominated trade. The 1,871 S mint mark is part of a small batch struck at the San Francisco Mint, a facility known for limited production in its early years. Most coins were shipped overseas or heavily circulated, and many were melted down over the decades. The surviving examples in fine condition are exceedingly rare, making this coin a true hidden gem for those who know its story. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of global trade history. The obverse displays liberty seated with careful artistry, holding an olive branch and shield, a symbol of peace and commerce. On the reverse, the denomination and the word trade dollar proudly declare its purpose as international currency. Even in fine condition, the details survive enough to capture the essence of its era. The S mint mark is subtle but critical. It signals San Francisco production, a mark that instantly elevates the coin's rarity and collector appeal. Composition is classic silver, 90% pure silver, giving it intrinsic value that complements its historic significance. This coin is not just a collectible, it is a historic financial artifact, a tangible piece of the 19th century international trade, and a rare survivor of an era that predates modern minting practices. The rarity of the 1,871 S trade dollar is phenomenal. Very few survived in fine condition, and the misdated mention makes it even more intriguing. Collectors and investors alike covet this coin because it is a true conversation piece, a coin that combines history, scarcity, and silver value into one spectacular package. And now, for the number that will shock you. In today's auction market, this 1871 S trade dollar in fine condition sold for $225,000. That's $225,000. Big dollars value for this coin, so don't spend this coin. This is hidden wealth, a secret fortune, and a collectible that could transform any collection into a treasure trove. Collector tips. Handle gently, store in protective holders, avoid cleaning, and consider grading for maximum market value. Every surviving example is becoming harder to find, and every auction confirms its legendary status. This is coin number 15, the trade dollar 1971 S, a rare piece of global commerce history, a silver treasure, and $225,000 hidden fortune waiting for the lucky collector. And there you have it, friends, our top 15 most valuable half dollars and dollar coins. From Franklin halves to Walking Liberties, Peace dollars, Eisenhower dollars, and the legendary trade dollar, each coin we uncovered today is a piece of history, a hidden treasure, and a potential fortune hiding in plain sight. If you loved this journey through rare coins and hidden wealth, hit that like button, subscribe to Rare Coin Secrets USA, and turn on the bell so you never miss our daily updates on coins that could make you rich overnight. Remember, these treasures aren't just money, they're history, rarity, and secret wealth waiting to be discovered. Stay tuned, because in our next video, we are uncovering even more coins that could turn pocket change into unimaginable fortune. If you want, I can now compile all 15 coin scripts with a full viral YouTube intro and outro, so you have a complete ready-to-record script for your video. Do you want me to do that?